I challenged myself to make as many keychains as possible so that I could sell them and help pay some of my bills. However, things got a little out of hand. With 3 days and 4 hours per day to finish these keychains, you can probably tell that I failed to deliver. Nonetheless, you can join me in this journey as we learn the tips and tricks to turn Blender into our own little production factory. Alright, first things first, we need to find ourselves some monsters. So, let's go to the Godzilla roster and I'll be looking through all of its monsters and picking ones I like. I'd also like to note that I'll try and grab from creepypastas and weird creepy tales, like the Mothman. That is a fan favorite. Also, my girlfriend asked for Cthulhu, so let's keep that in mind. Yeah, there are a lot of monsters with bright colors. Let us remember that we have limited color filament this time, so only black, red, and blue. Maybe even white if it works, but not all of them do. Ooh, I like this. Ebirah. Nice, a play word on the Japanese word for shrimp. Oh, I'll need to research his name later. Giant praying mantis. Yeah, I think I can print this in black with red eyes. Alright, I'll take it. Alright, Kamakura. Let's see. Oh, it's the same thing. What would you name it both ways? And I'm so dumb I didn't even notice. Ugh, hope we're not off to a bad start. Alright, Manila. Okay. Let's see. Oh my god! What is this? This is so deformed and terrifying. Ugh, this will never ever be made by me. Jeesh. Alright, Kumonga, another son of Godzilla. Oh, this spider. Oh, that's the name of the movie. What was the Godzilla verse going through to get to the son of Godzilla? That's equivalent to Marvel doing, I'd rather stay quiet. Anyways, Kumonga is very cool. Ooh, look at that. I definitely want the eyes on the back. I'm taking this. Mana, huh? Classical dragon. Yeah, I can work with this. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. He just looks so funny. Like, look at his eyes. But don't worry, buddy guy. We'll get you right into shape. Gorosaurus. What's this? Is this like just a normal dinosaur? Oh, it just doesn't have arms. No, wait, it doesn't have legs. No, wait, it has both? Come on, get it together. Is it a kiwi, a D&D snake person, or just Jurassic Park? Nah, I'm going to pass. Baragon, huh? Yeah, we're getting somewhere. This is looking cool. No, never mind. It's still wonky and funny. Yeah, I like this guy. It has silhouette. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A red monster with a cool pose and face. Baran. Ah, an iguana. But it fly. Komodo dragon. Nah, it's a little complex. Why would I make a monster like this if you can't play with it? Gavara. Nope, just another Godzilla clone. Man-eater. What? It's like a Barus? Oh, it's a shark. Wait, why does it change so much? What? An octopus shark. That sounds stupid. Oh, it's like a species. Like a class of underwater monster? Got it. I think I'll just take the shark. Let's hope I don't regret it. Hedorah. Ooh, what is that? This is cool. It's like a slimy Cthulhu. Awesome. This is a real monster. I love it. Gigan. I'm gonna name it Gigan. I'm sorry. Oof. This is what I had in mind when I said cool Godzilla monsters. This is so epic. I need it. I feel like this is the edgelord monster, but I don't care. It's so freaking awesome. Jet Jaguar. This sounds promising. Oh, it's just a guy. Oh, sorry. A mech. I mean, I guess so. Like, I think humanity has to fight Godzilla eventually, and it was the 60s, but like, I don't know. I don't like when humans are the focus of Godzilla. Except for -1. That movie really gets everything right. But I mean, I don't see Jet Jaguar on either -1, 2, or part 2, or the Universal Monsterverse. No, wait, scrap that. I totally see it. I mean, they did do Mecha Godzilla, and it seems like every new movie is getting stupider than the last one. Megalon, huh? Ooh, definitely. Instant grab. It's funky, insect-like, it's weird and cool. I love it. Alright, last 2 down. King Caesar. No, ew. Ugh, that is disgusting. Is that supposed to be like a huge gremlin? Like when Power Ranger villains merge into the huge monster of the week? Like, what? That is so very disgusting. Get off my face. Titanosaurus. Yeah, this one's good. Ugh, sorry, I'm scarred by the last thing. What kind of thing was that? I mean, yeah, another dragon doesn't hurt. Let's go for creepypastas now. Hold on, wait, how many guys we got? Alright, we got 10 monsters. These are a lot. We're still missing Cthulhu, so that makes 11. I'll go get a couple extras I wanted to do from the beginning, and then we can begin designing the keychains. Man, I think I might be dyslexic. What am I writing? And yeah, I want Mothman. It's a fan favorite. I even got a plushie keychain on my desk, so yeah, I need to do it. Alright, don't judge me. This is a very specific one, but I need it. I met these aliens from Zelda. Very creepy game. My favorite Zelda of all time. Not gonna lie. Oh, there it is. The Flatroots monster. Oh, they still scare me. Man, they keep looking as ugly as I remember. But I need it, you know? It has to be done. So, sorry. This is so creepy. Like, I know it was probably just an owl, but this depiction is legendary and scary. Hey, look at this. It's so cute. See? That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, not the same thing, but yeah, it can be cutified. Yeah. I'm going to have to expose myself to this quite a lot, but it's worth it. Alright, geesh. It's been a while since I searched for this. Should I do Slenderman? I do have all the colors. Oh, I remember these guys. I like that his mask is blue. Yeah, I guess this is the reason why this died. Like, why does everyone have a hoodie? Guys, we have to face it. We had a hoodie problem. Like, seriously, I haven't let go of this style since 2012. I like the clown. I remember when it came out. It was a novel idea. But yeah, reading the creepypasta with my cousin really showed how much it had died. We ended up laughing all night just mocking this thing. So sorry, guys. You will be missed. Maybe we can try SCPs. Yeah. I mean, they're obviously cool, but maybe that's too much of a rabbit hole for now. Alright, I'm gonna get Eyeless Jack and Slenderman. Where are these files so big? Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna take one character and do a quick design sheet. Then, I'll model it on Blender and prep it to print. Once done, I'll begin working on the next one and see how far I can get. Let's begin with Ebirah. Alright, so we'll begin with Ebirah. Wait, I should name these folders. Give me a sec. Alright, I'm back. Let's get this shrimp on the road. First, we have to get the silhouette. Since I want this to be adorable, I'm thinking of making it more rounded and simpler in shape. Ebirah is completely triangular. My version is going to be an egg. From the tip of the egg, the tail will form, and then we'll add the claws, just because they are not symmetrical. Then, I have to make the eyes bigger and rounder. I'm going to go get the legs, and after refining them, go for the spikes. Again, I have to round out everything. I was thinking on whether or not to add these long whisker-like things, but I just believe they will get destroyed at the minimal movement. So, sorry. This is where legally we have to say this is inspired by Ebirah. I like the shape and the model. It looks very nice. One thing I'm beginning to notice is that yeah, this pose is a little rough to sculpt for my skills, but with this concept I can quickly make a character sheet. Let's add the egg shape and try to get all the details as close as possible. Then we duplicate, adjust, and then continue until our top view looks good. For the side view, I'm going to base myself directly off the first image I made, so that I can get all the details to match. Remember, this is a trial and error process, especially with the limitations we've set for this process. Let's move right into Blender. We import a reference sheet and turn this cube into a sphere to begin building out the shape. I'm thinking of rigging each keychain so we can pose them into cool poses and have various options for the keychains. Like I said, I want to animate Ebirah, which means I have to take care of my geometry, which only slows down the process a lot, but we're pulling through. The hardest part so far have been the skilly parts surrounding the eyes. However, they look pretty decent, though I'll need to see whether or not I need these many vertices over a model. And now we have reached the end of day one. So far, it's looking very bad for me. Ebirah could be halfway through, which means I can finish it tomorrow. However, we still have 14 characters left to go. Alright, it's the beginning of day 2 and we'll have to step it up. So I'm going to get back into Blender and try to finish Ebirah as fast as possible. Alright. We're about to finish modeling. I'm going to go for the claws, which means I need to save a copy with the mirror modifier before applying it. Then I can step it up to finish the model. Alright, we have the claws. I'm not going to extrude the bumps on the claws due to time. I'll just add the little hanger for the keychain and then rush over the rig. Well, look at that. I need to make Ebirah bigger than I expected. That's nice. I thought it was too big. Now, let's go over the rig. We need to build this skeleton little by little. First, I want a contour bone for me to easily move him. Then, I'll follow the natural joints in the body. For each arm, we have 3 bones and 2 for the claws. The tail will be 7 bones long, and the overall body will have 2, so we can have some little bends. Once the first half of our skeleton is done, we can name it and mirror it, but I'd like to try and see whether or not I could use eye case for this rig, so it's easier for me to work with. Alright, they work very nicely. I'm going to add a copper rotation to the tail. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, now I'll name the bones and symmetrize. Perfect, it all works fine. Now, we need to weight paint this, gorilla style. First, we'll prime the mesh to the rig with empty weights, and then we'll pick and choose the meshes and bones, and weight paint with the gradient tool. Let's get the legs and claws out of the way first. This way we can have an easier rigging process for the body. Okay, we have to keep the keychain hole constrained to only one bone to avoid deformation. I'm going to extend the influence of the head so it looks more natural. Alright, I guess this looks fine for now. Alright, the tail is moving so nicely. Awesome! Alright, now arms and claws are done. They have good movement. For the hind legs, I'm going to get rid of the middle one to make these easier. Awesome, now Ebirah is ready. Let's pose this and get ready for the second keychain. Awesome, now our keychain looks like our original concept. We'll leave it here and move on to the second keychain. The adjustments will be made before printing, so it looks as good as possible. Man, Ebirah looks so great. Honestly, I didn't think this would work as well as it did. And also, honestly, I can't say that I was procrastinating as much as possible. But now, I found this new sense of progress, so I gotta lock in. I hope I get to at least do 5 out of the 15 keychains I have. But I am 100 times more excited now. By the way, the rig, blend, and STL files are available on my Ko-fi as a pay what you want starting at $1. It's a great way to get a cool model and support the channel at the same time. Alright, Kamakuras is going to be a little complex. Given the nature of its big head and thin little body, I need to find a solution that alludes enough to these proportions, but gives the model stability when printing and for use after. Okay, so I gave it a bean-like body and, well, I'm just trying to make it work. It does look cute, right? Okay, it does. Maybe it's not what I imagined. You know what? I'll commit to this. I think it's just a posing issue, which means it can be saved in the posing phase. So let's go! For this approach, I'm going to get the arms to where they actually are supposed to be, because that will help make it look more natural. And sadly, we need to add the hideous roach wings. Also, it turns out it has a tail, or at least that's what I read from the image I grabbed. I'm not going for any other references. That's how I can legally call this an inspired product. Alright, so it's starting to look weird again from the side, but it'll look good, I promise. Now, let's cut up these views and export them to begin modeling. Hey there, Ebirah. I won't be bothering you much. Just let me get my references here. Let's repeat, square, subdivision surface, and now let's extrude and adjust. Well, this is looking weird, and also taking me longer than I expected. This head is becoming a nightmare. Okay, this is starting to look worse than I expected. Alright, so I think it's beginning to work a little more, I guess. Okay, this looks a little better. More like a mantis than before, just with button eyes, but it's more than I had before. Alright, I think we have our model now. Let me quickly check the wings so they can look good once they move. But yeah, this was weird, but it still looks good, you know? Great, now the rig is done. This was quite faster and easier than last time. However, my time is beginning to run short. Let's see if I can get this keychain done by the end of the day. Oh yeah guys, the rig and weight painting is done. It only took me half an hour. That's so awesome. Now let's pose and probably close for the day. Yeah, that looks really good. Like I predicted, it looks better than the original draft. I'm glad I could get the eyes to work. And also, I'm beginning to understand the workflow more and more, which means that maybe tomorrow we could have more keychains at the end of the day. Let's just hope I'm right. let's begin with day 3. After talking with my girlfriend about these designs, she has asked me to tackle some more specific designs, like Kumonga, nope, not you, sorry, Baragon, and Hedorah. Well, maybe she didn't request this one in particular, but we agreed these would be the more interesting choices. Given our experience so far, I believe we can finish these 3 today, rigging and all, which means I can begin doing the chibi designs for all 3 of these right now, and then just stack them all on Blender. So let's get right to it. Alright, so this looks kind of interesting. It is hard to make it look cute, but we'll go with this. Yeah, so this reference sheet is looking pretty bad, but it worked out well for Kamakuras. So there's still hope. Let's export the reference and try to get the other 2 keychains going. For this one we have the advantage of a very easy X-treme. Oh boy, this one is going to be complex. Maybe I'll model this one last, so we don't get bottlenecked. Well, this looks like the slime kit from Monster Inc., but that's fine, we've recovered from worse. And the egg doesn't work for the top view. Ugh. I'll see how to fix this. Sorry. Alright, so this works. Let's export the images. Now we get to the final monster, Hedorah. For this one, I'm going to try and make a more traditional chibi model. Honestly, this is more aligned with human proportions, so let's get creative. Yeah, I think this looks good. Onto the reference sheet. And that was that. Yeah, this is probably going to be the worst one yet. Ugh, we'll see how it goes. So far, it's the middle of the day, which means we have to hurry and get these 3 creatures done. Alright, let's begin by making the proper folders for all of our new creatures and begin modeling. So, Kumonga is simpler, given his spherical base, which allows me to go for this quite quickly. However, my time is indeed running out, so this may be the last model I get to do. I feel satisfied with how decent it actually looks. This looks fine, and yeah, my day is pretty much done. So in the end, I only got a model per day. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I believed, however, not what I wanted. I'm going to take a break, and tomorrow I'll be making the rig for Kumonga and get my models ready for printing. Well, today is printing day, so at the very least I get to finish Kumonga's rigging and prep everyone to be printed. So I'm going to quickly rig this spider. Alright, let's post Kumonga and then begin prepping the print. Oops, I just forgot to get the keychain hole. There, awesome. Alright, so what we're going to do is take each of our models, duplicate them, and apply the armature modifier to these copies. This helps the pose we gave them and allows us to make the required adjustments to the joints, where deformation is most visible. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's such a cool, trippy dance. Wait, let me do it again. Okay, I'll stop. I just got dizzy. Oh boy, these dances are way too tricky. But that's how I make sure that these are duplicated, so bear with me. Alright, let's do some light sculpting on Ebirah, and well, it's more complex than I thought, so maybe I can try and just throw it into my slicer and see how it would work. Oh man, this arm is going to give me a lot of trouble. Okay, so it seems like Kamakuras is fixed, to some degree. Now, I want to print these keychains in a way that makes them look as nice as possible. I'm thinking of printing them in different color filaments, but I can also try and print them in one single color and just give it a decent coloring. I'm going to get the models straight into a slicer and see how many issues it gives us. Alright, so we only got problems from Ebirah, which is pretty nice. Also, these guys look cool, and I think it says too much about me how I only chose insect variants. And yeah, I'm going to die by the stance that shrimps and crabs are insects of the sea. Let's be honest, they are disgusting. Ugh. Anyways, let's add the supports and do the last step. I'm going to adjust the printing settings and check the layers in case there are any other issues that might come up. Yeah, seems like maybe our wings may die.
But it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
So let's print. We'll come back in 3 hours and check how this turned out. It turns out I had the wrong printing settings for this. Ebirah looks decent, but the others, well, they have personality. I'll be tweaking the files for the coffee version, so you don't have to suffer like I did. Yeah, I would have liked to finish all of my models and have them look good after printing. I'll tweak them a bit, and like I said, they will be available as a refined bundle on my coffee page, so you can post them and print them in whatever colors you like, while also supporting the channel in the process. That would make you my new favorite person in the whole world. And you know the drill, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss new projects and challenges. If all of you hit the like button and reach to 100 likes, I can even make a part 2 where I finish all of the other characters I had planned. As always, thank you so very much for watching until the end. I'll be seeing you around, pals!